So it's just a quick video on the United States Marine Corps Conco aluminum water can. So aluminum is kind of fragile. You can see where it's been set down and scratched up a bit. The paint, I think these date from the late 50s to 1960s or so. The paint's probably lead paint. The markings are what you see. This is kind of cool. It might have been an original manufacturer's tag or not, I don't know. Then here you can barely see it. It's a 19 Sierra. This is the other side. So for what I researched, these are preferred for helicopters and aircraft and things like that, because they were lighter than your standard steel cans. This is super light. When I first got it, I was shocked. I was like, how can it be that light? This is the lightest water can I've ever handled. It's even lighter than the new Scepter water cans for the U.S. military I'm familiar with. What I like about it too is it's actually got 3 handles. The Scepter water cans only have one handle right here. They've omitted these two. The reason being is in the dark you can feel it and know it's a water can just because there's one handle versus a fuel can, which would have 3. But I've noticed handling those things, it makes it a lot harder to handle when there's just one of these. It's gimped, G-I-M-P-E-D, which means it's been, so it's harder to handle. So I do like that they retain that for this design. Aluminum's hard to work with, so it's hard. It takes skill because it's flammable. When it's too when it's too hot, it burns. So it's fragile too. So what do they do for the ceiling? They have cork, which is cool. Really cool cork. I've seen that in World War II stainless steel U.S. military canteens. The cork. The pour spout actually has a spout, so you can pour. I've seen some steel cans, water cans, and they don't have the pour spout. And also it's enameled with something in there. I don't know if you'd want to trust it after all these years, or if it's intact. And without my flashlight, I'll have to do this video again in the future. But the actual contact points for sealing the lid are steel. That way, in the mechanism here, it's steel. You can see the rust and oxidation and prove it there. But you close it like so, and it even says water right here. And you close it down like that. You press hard, obviously, so you can and then this would go flush with this, like that. That way you could stack more, and you get your seal. That's good. But yeah, aluminum's fragile and stuff, so all the wear points are steel, which is, I was wondering how they would do that. So it's pretty smart. So it's a very expensive can to produce. That's probably why they don't make them anymore. The other detriment is aluminum there's some evidence it causes dementia and Alzheimer's. And so you drink out of too much aluminum stuff, your predisposition towards that situation is enhanced. So watch out. But on the other side, this can's over a quarter century or over half a century old, and it will outlast me. Aluminum, it doesn't rust. The only components on here that will rust are the steel components up there, but as long as it's kept dry and whatever. This is weird. It's like a reaction or paint. I think that's the sealing coat. Maybe there's a bubble of it or something, or I don't know. Who knows? Maybe some acid got put on there. Who knows? I'll have to do some more looking and research on this, but yeah, I didn't know these existed. I recently found out. I was getting interested in jerry cans and the history and stuff, and learned about these. And this one came up for auction real quick, and I grabbed it. But watch out! They make steel ones of these. They look very similar. The best way to tell is opening up the hasp. You can look inside, and also from the weight. But yeah, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Make this video proper. Hold on here. Here you can get a close up of that. Hold on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Because let me show you what I'm talking about, because I want this video to be more complete. And this listing on here probably won't last very long. Okay, found it. Ready? Okay. So here's a listing right now on eBay. It's for a military water can, kind of like what we just saw. Well, let me show you the difference. The top's a little different there. There might be other variants and things. Here's some close-in stuff, and I think this is steel. Pretty sure. They're just showing the USMC. There's also United States Metal Company, which might be that. The reason I say that is because there's some confusion what the USMC stands for. Is it United States Marine Corps, or is it United States Metal Company? But because that can you just saw that I showed you said Conco on it, that's the actual company. The other USMC is United States Marine Corps. So that's how. So here's this other design can, the steel can. It's still got the 3 handles and whatnot. And then, but if you look inside here, there's no pour spout. This is a steel variant, and you can see the enamel and all that. It's bubbling up. This is a steel variant. So you can see that steel, it's rusting right there. You see? And then the enamel and stuff is coming up from inside. So that's no longer fit for drinking out of, if you ask me. So that's why you'd want aluminum over if you're thinking decades long. And so if you're after aluminum can, there you go. The other thing to think about is let me show you. So that's going for that. That's a listing. Is the Chinese are making where is it? I'm not seeing it. Here it is. So these come out of China, and they're stainless steel. The reviews I've read is that up here they're not. It's not made right, and it cuts your hands up. But stainless steel, if it was made properly, would be the top tier out of all of them. It's not good. There's plastic components here, because you're talking decades and centuries. But they might be onto something. But I've read some reviews. If you look here, this is just little tack welds and things. That's not good. That's not good at all. And the reviews say that these handles will cut you. So maybe they need to work on that. But it's good. It's stainless steel. I'm contemplating getting one for holding distilled water. And then people say you got to wash them out real good with baking soda or whatever. Let me show you the current military water can. Oops, no spaces. My space bar wasn't activated on that one. I think this is it here. It's hard to there. Yeah. See how it says property of U.S. government? That's probably a real military water can. But you see how there's just one handle? It was awkward. It was really awkward. And the other thing too is it's plastic. It's not going to last decades and decades and decades. It's no plastic that I know of. I think it lasts, it seems, over a century, half a century, quarter century is Bakelite. But you wouldn't want a Bakelite water can. It'd be fragile. Yeah, I don't think these are going to last. They're not going to. Another thing you got to worry about is the plastic putting chemicals into the water. So, yeah, I mean, this is kind of turning the military water can options video, I guess. But so basically, you have plastic, aluminum, if you can find one, and stainless steel. You might be able to get glass and things. Obviously, you could but that's not out in the field. It's going to break. One little glancing blow and it'll shatter. So glass would be the most ideal, actually. Some kind of hardened glass, but I don't think anyone's gone to those lengths because this stuff gets damaged. As far as taking damage though and getting hit, plastic is great. It's like a Rubbermaid Tupperware thing. It just doesn't. But heat will cause leaching of chemicals in the water and things like that. So there's give and take with military water cans. Okay, let me end this video. It's gotten a little too long. Thanks so much, and take care of yourself.